We are 22S Radio. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and now, our World Broadcasting Tag Team Champions of the World and a Cruiserweight Champion.
I'm Ethan.
I'm James.
I'm Rob.
And this is episode, as soon as I could get started here, episode 169. There we go. I knew that. I didn't have to look at our Facebook feed. No, I knew that off the top of my head. You can find us on Twitter at EthanME95. You can follow James at
JHW Reporter.
And you can find Rob at
Rob Flores Media. And don't forget the R2 DMs for Ethan.
You know, I was going to say he was nowhere to be found on Raw, but I haven't finished this week's episode, so I can't say that. So I don't know what's going on with Raw. But you can follow the show at Twitter or on Twitter at RealBTR Radio. Also, Facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes and YouTube. You can find 168 episodes currently uploaded there. But I have a question for you, James.
What?
Are you ready?
Is that a DX?
That's a Triple H, yeah. I shot him last week.
You know what? I was going to ask about Triple H. He's been kind of quiet on the Twitter account since his little health scare. I'm curious what he's been up to.
Recovering, sir. Recovering.
I know, but they said it was a genetic plan thing procedure or something.
I don't know. He tweeted once saying thank you.
But
so
he's just been kind of too low key. I was thinking about him the other day.
Hopefully we'll see him back soon. Hopefully.
You know what? You know what else was sad today? I'm not familiar with said rapper, Young Dolph, as the kids call him, but unfortunate news. He was shot and killed in Memphis. He's a rapper. He went to go get some cookies, and they shot him in the cookie store.
I
so
have a lot of enemies, so.
And so, it was trending on Twitter, and I saw Dolph, and I'm like, uh-oh. So I saw someone tweet something about, is the news about Dolph true or what? And I'm like, Dolph who? And so I had to check Dolph's Twitter account, Dolph Ziggler, and he's doing okay.
He's doing all right. I mean, I think they took the L against AJ Styles and Omos this past week, but he's doing all right otherwise.
Outside of that, yeah.
Outside of that.
No. So that was a little interesting. I thought something happened to Dolph Ziggler. But yeah, apparently he's doing okay. Outside of that, some other news. Did you want to mention something about a studio? Get it out of the way now?
Well, before that, I wanted to acknowledge my tribal chief.
Oh, well, you go ahead and acknowledge him on your own time.
Here he is. Look at that. He's hanging out here. Do you want to say something to him, James?
Hi, Mr. Chief.
There he is. There you go. See? There you go. You acknowledge. You called him a chief.
Told him hi. I didn't acknowledge the man. I just told him hi.
All right. Well, that's good enough for this week, I suppose. Look at Rob. He's acknowledging his tribal chief. Where's your background, sir? Where are you at? Sir?
I'm in Whittier.
What? You're hitting the towns?
I'm hitting the town. I'm in Whittier right now. Just had a bean and cheese burrito at Albert's.
Was it good?
Not Alberto's, just Albert's. It was all right.
I think they're the same.
They're all the same. They just one has an O, one has an R.
All right.
it is all right though.
You know what isn't going to be the same after this past week, Rob? Something that's near and dear to our hearts, WPMD, the station at Cerritos College, where you and I and James was there as well. But
I did some shows out of there.
He did. WPMD radio, the actual station, the building, was officially torn down this past week. It was announced a few years ago, and they finally did it, along with the theater, the Burn Night Theater. That entire building, I believe, is now going to be used, or that area is going to be used for the administration kind of building stuff that they're planning there. But yeah, WPMD was the station that gave us our start here. I know, Rob, you had a big connection specifically there. You won an award for your standalone radio show as well. Your thoughts on the whole situation?
Yeah, I worked the courage eventually to have a show. I started off with just walking into the lobby from taking the RTV courses. And I saw these framed photos there. There were the Wall of Fame. That they were like, oh, these are people that were associated with the studio. I was like, wow, like these are people that were from there and they made it big and stuff like that. How cool. And there used to be a class that would teach you about getting into radio. And when I took the class, they gave you a role that was associated with a radio station. And I remember our advisor, Bright, I was like, Mr. Bright, like, do you have a broom? I saw trash on the floor and like, I see trash there. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. We have a janitor, but I want you to learn as much as you can from here. And I was like, I'm so quiet here. How am I going to do it? And so eventually I'm like, you know what? I'll sit in a few people's shows. And I'm like, you know what? Eventually, a few years later, I'm like, I need to find another quiet person. I'm going to find Ethan. We're going to show them that we can put wrestling here.
He kidnapped me. I was a guest on the radio show when I was the news editor for the Talon Marks newspaper at Cerritos, and I thought, okay, he's going to interview me, talk about journalism, whatever. We had journalism class together as well. So I was like, okay. So we did that for about 10 minutes, and then the show was hijacked. Brought up wrestling. I was like, oh, okay, so this is what we're talking about. And we talked about that. After the show, he kind of pitched the idea to me about doing the radio show, and I was like, all right.
It's a swerve, bro.
It was a swerve. He Russo'd me. Plans change apparently, So, so I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything for a couple months. I was like, okay, I don't know if this is happening or not.
He dumped you.
And then August came around, I think it was like the first official day of school. You had me come in to audition, right? I believe it was the first one. And we auditioned in front of Casey, who was, of course, an influence and major part of the station. Still there. But so we did that. It was a little rough, but we got through it. He believed in us, and we got to do 44 episodes in 3 different rooms, I believe, at one point. The main room. Then I think we moved to the side one when we stopped doing it live. And then I think there was one where there just wasn't space. It was a lizard, I think, the gecko. But that was a different room in there. There was a gecko that ended up visiting us on one episode. But yeah, we got different viewers from different countries, different states. I remember Chicago. I think Russia at one point. We had somewhere in Europe as well. I think
that was Vladimir Kozlov.
It was probably Vladimir for sure. But anyways, I just wanted to bring that up. The building's no longer there, unfortunately. I believe the station is continuing, just in the theater building now. I think it's just going to be a room now or something, but it's good to hear that they're at least moving forward with that program. I think a very influential program for many students looking to get into journalism and specifically radio broadcasting. So I wanted to bring that up. Another special event happening specifically this week and specifically today. Let's talk about it. 444 days of Roman Reigns as Universal Champion.
Sir, go away.
What? Acknowledge.
I thought you were gonna talk about the better family member in that family.
I don't think there is one, sir. I think when it's all said and done, the tribal chief is gonna go down as a great one. But you know what?
Imagine, look at. Oh my goodness! Listen to you.
Let's talk about the current great one, the most electrifying man in all of entertainment, the Brahma Bull himself, the people's champion, The Rock, shall we? There he is. See him right there? Funko size. So, I mean, obviously 25 years of The Rock, 25 years he debuted at Survivor Series. There he is. As Rocky Maivia, as part of the Survivor Series match. I've actually never seen that match. Did you ever see that match, James?
His first match?
Yeah. Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I caught some of it on the I caught some of it like on YouTube or something. I think Jake the Snake was in that. Goldust was in that.
Jerry Lawler was in it, I think, wasn't he?
Jerry Lawler, maybe one, like 2 or 3 other guys. Well, it was a Survivor Series match, but there's some notable names in there. And I think, again, that was his debut. And I think that he actually was one of the final 2. I think he might have won the event.
He won the event. I think he was one of the Sole Survivor or one of the Sole Survivors.
Mm-hmm.
Went on to win the Intercontinental Championship.
Even before that, I remember seeing him at a house show. Well, I think after he had just won the Intercontinental title or something, when they were doing Rocky Sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when that started. There was that. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of hate on The Rock at first, just because he was The Rock, I guess, or whatever. He was Rocky Maivia.
He was that baby face nobody wanted, I guess.
He was literally the white meat baby face that no one cared for.
Yeah.
He paid his dues, did what he had to do, and
won that IC title, had that WrestleMania moment with his dad. Went on to become the corporate champion. Mm-hmm. Went on to also feud with Triple H for the Intercontinental Championship as he evolved into The Rock. Went on to win every title under the sun 7 times. Well, now he came back, won it again. So I think he's like 8-time champion, something like that.
Question for you: when you think of The Rock, what championship? What is the first championship that comes to mind when you think of The Rock?
It's got to be that Attitude Era Winged Eagle title. What about you?
I would say the Purple Intercontinental title.
Okay.
I had an action figure that it was The Rock with that Purple Intercontinental title. And then again, I just remember the Intercontinental title ladder match that was a SummerSlam 99, I think. Triple H and The Rock. I was a big Rock fan at the time. Wasn't happy with the tactics that Triple H was using in that ladder match, but a great match nonetheless.
The Rock's been my favorite since forever.
Doesn't matter.
I've had him for almost 20 years.
Where'd you get that?
WWE shop.
You've been hitting the shop for years, man.
That was before I was paying for my stuff.
You stayed in the shop.
I stayed in the shop. They got me locked up. I don't know. Those Black Friday deals. I might be getting some more. See what they got. But yes, I think
another anniversary. Apparently on the same show, 25 years. It was 25 years ago to the day that we had Stone Cold Steve Austin in the double turn against Bret the Hitman Hart. Your thoughts?
So,
your thoughts?
I mean, they were on the bump yesterday or this morning.
The bump today. That's why I remembered. Austin wasn't on there though, right?
Yeah, it was. They both were.
Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't advertised unless I didn't read it right.
I saw him. Unless he no-showed. That seems more.
No, I didn't see it in the teaser, but no, I really got to watch it. Both of them were on there. They had a conversation with the two of them.
Yeah. So, look at this. Paul Heyman tweeted 10 minutes ago. 444 days as Universal Champion. Look at that.
I saw that.
But no, let's going back to The Rock really quick. Hollywood Rock, the greatest character besides the tribal chief of all time. I mean, come on now.
Wait, what do you define as Hollywood Rock? When he came back with a new theme song with the cityscape?
That's right.
Okay.
Prime Rock.
You think so?
I believe so.
I thought Prime Rock was "You Smell What the Rock Is Cooking" Rock.
I mean, that's where he was at his height, I guess. But as a heel character, I mean, he was just fantastic as Hollywood Rock. Can we get Hollywood Rock versus Roman Reigns? Can that happen? Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
I mean, it could. He is Hollywood.
He is Hollywood, but he's gonna be a babyface. Is he showing up on Sunday? No. All right. Not
Where's it at?
Barclays Center, New York.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll see.
I mean, there's a reason why he wasn't on the bump. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, if they didn't invite him on the bump.
He's a busy person, sir.
But that's what I'm saying. But I think he'll be there. Maybe. Depends.
Hopefully. I'd like to see that.
Not sure where he's at with this COVID, like with COVID, or if he's willing to go out and about. So
I mean, he's filming movies and stuff. So
I mean, if anything, he'll be there for his 30th one up. If WWE's around in 5 years.
Sure. You know who's not going to be around for the 30th?
Who?
Oh God, that sounded dark.
Who's not going to be around for the 30th?
The 16-time former world heavyweight champion Ric Flair got some heat on him, but we're going to because we're going to talk about it after the break. So that's a little tease there. But Ric Flair getting to some more hot waters there.
Hey, his daughter's getting some hot water too, and Becky Lynch has been very open with their thoughts. What is Rob saying here? Let's see.
Rock's daughter been at the Performance Center for a few years already.
Yeah, she's been there. She's been in there.
Hopefully, I'm surprised she released.
I'm surprised. I mean, I'm surprised they haven't pushed her on the 2.0 yet. She's due.
She's gonna be the face. No, we gotta keep Toxic Attraction at number one. Look at that. We got War Games.
Got War Games coming up, and real quick. I don't know if you're caught up on your NXT, but
I'm not. But I know what you're bringing up.
Ciampa was using that Steiner math. It was great stuff. I popped pretty hard for it.
I knew you would. I saw a tweet. I saw it.
I popped pretty hard for it. Hey, Braun popped for it too a little bit. It was hard not to.
He did.
He got 33 and a third chance of one of us getting future endeavors. I'm thinking deep.
Oh God. Add Samoa Joe in there, and the math is going to be different. Accident. All right. When we return, we're going to talk about the situation Ric Flair's gotten himself into. We're going to talk Survivor Series because, believe it or not, even though the build's kind of been we're going to talk Survivor Series, and we're going to talk more Roman Reigns because why not? Right here on Beyond the Ropes. We are 22S Radio. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com. And 88.1 FM at KKJZ HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles. Welcome back to episode 169 of Beyond the Ropes. I'm your host, Ethan, joined alongside the analyst, James Williams, and producer, Rob Flores. You can find us on Twitter at RealBTR Radio collectively. And of course, you can find me individually. Find all my wonderful tweets, RTs, all my likes. You can see that. All the good stuff I share, right, James? At Ethan 5. You don't seem so convinced, sir.
I'm trying to remember what you tagged me in last.
I think it was that rock video.
I think it was.
It might have been the entrance theme. As I'm trying to get my things back in place, there it is. But yeah, the rock video, I think I tagged you in. You can follow James and his nonsense tweeting about various things.
Yeah, you can go ahead and follow me at JHW Reporter. Obviously, it'll be over by the time this show probably airs. But USC UCLA football is keeping me busy this week. Big game coming up this weekend. And yeah, we got a lot of cool and exciting stuff going on, whether it involves wrestling or UCLA football.
Who's going over, sir?
Looks like UCLA at the moment, but you never know in a rivalry game. It can go either way, but we're going. I'm leaning in favor of you at UCLA for this week.
Unbiased journalism, right there from James, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, they're looking good. The other team doesn't even have a coach.
Oh no!
I mean,
kind of important, right?
They fired his coach. USC fired their coach in week 3.
Oh Lord! And they have
it's week. It's week 10.
They've had almost 2 months to find a replacement and they haven't found one?
They usually wait till the end of the season and they just make an interim, someone on the inside. So it's been a little messy on the USC side. But again, with the rivalry game, expect nothing less. And it'll kind of fall in line with what the pay-per-view is for this upcoming show that we're going to be talking about with Survivor Series. A little blue and red action. So, what are your thoughts on the build?
Well, first off, a little blue and red over here. Rob over here. Where can they find Rob? We didn't promote Rob.
Rob, yeah.
He's never on Twitter, but you can find him at where? Where can you find him at?
Rob Flores Media.
There you go. You can get on Twitter, sir. I'm always tagging you and stuff. Let's talk about Survivor Series. This definitely isn't 2019 anymore. Half the NXT roster is over on AEW television now. That build was fantastic. You move forward 2 years, and it's just it feels like they're doing it on purpose. Are those gummy worms? Now I want gummy worms. Look at that. James is eating on the job. We're gonna talk about Dirty J Lethal. Don't worry, Rob. I've got him written down.
I'm waving my worm around on this too.
This is a PG show, sir. Sir, we gotta keep it PG. Except NXT 2.0, which might end up being TV14 real soon if the rumors might be true.
Why? What's going on?
Apparently, Vince might want a TV14 NXT. I mean, they've already got it with Toxic Attraction. Have you seen those camera angles, sir? See those camera angles there? They're saying different stuff. They're talking about different sizes. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen it, but that's what I keep hearing.
I don't think I've noticed it, but I'm not surprised that between that and Steiner math, I mean, it has to be PG-14.
Absolutely. Let's get back on track again. We keep avoiding Survivor Series, probably because there's no build to it.
Probably for good reason. We're probably better off for it.
Let's talk about the matches that have been announced so far. I don't think they'll add anymore, but they like to add stuff like an hour or two before the show. So
that's right.
We'll give our predictions maybe at the end. We'll save it till the end, maybe. But we'll talk about it now, the matches. Champion versus champion, Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura versus United States Champion Damian Priest. These two have not interacted. As far as I know, Nakamura has only defended the title once since he's had it the last couple of months.
Really?
And not a fighting champion, believe it or not. And now I'm disappointed.
He's been trending on Twitter a lot recently.
I mean, he's a staple on SmackDown. He is a staple on SmackDown. He did face off against the Tribal Chief at Tribute to the Troops. We didn't talk about that this past weekend, which drew over 2 million viewers, which is the highest rated show on any wrestling program.
For this week?
Yeah, on Sunday. Of course, he took the L to the Tribal Chief, not surprisingly. But, it is what it is. I don't know if you saw Pat McAfee was jamming out to Nakamura, and then Roman Reigns was looking at him and looking in disgust, and he was like, I'm sorry, Roman.
I did not see that. I did not see that.
It was great.
It's pretty funny.
Great. So
that's pretty funny.
But we're going to get Nakamura versus Priest, champion versus champion, another champion versus champion match. RK Bro versus the Usos. This past Monday, we saw a little dissension between RK Bro. Randy's kind of tired of Riddle getting into other people's business. Randy's always trying to protect Riddle. So we'll see where that goes. The Usos did show up on Monday to attack the WWE Champion Big E, sending a message from Roman Reigns. They did end up winning the match, of course, teaming up with the Drip God himself, Seth freaking Rollins.
So you had Raw and SmackDown guys on the same team.
Well, they showed up. The Usos pulling double duty, trying to bring those ratings Big E can't bring in. So, you had to send in some SmackDown talent, the bloodline over as you're eating your worm over there. I am really jealous of I'm going to go to the store tomorrow and buy some gummy worms. Look at that. You got the whole pack there. We're not sponsored, by the way. So if you're watching on YouTube, not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor us, we do like money. So,
and gummy worms.
Yeah. So we're getting the Usos versus RK Bro. I believe it was Jade got it in an RKO. So, got some payback on him, hopefully. Is that worm sour, sir?
Yeah, sour.
You look like Riddle after a nice little high over there.
A little sour.
Speaking of Riddle or RK Bro, apparently Randy was disappointed he didn't get to ride a camel at the Saudi Arabia show.
Riddle?
Vince said it's not part of his character. And so he's like, what character? Randy Orton can't ride on a camel? He seemed very disappointed by that, apparently.
I mean, I'm trying to imagine Randy on a camel.
It would have been hilarious, but I mean, it also worked just having Riddle on the camel, I guess, too. And him just being like, what's going on? I
missed that. I have to go back and look for
that. What else? We got, let's talk about I was going to say
Survivor Series match.
Let's talk about Roman Reigns versus Big E, champion versus champion.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a no contest. Honestly.
Sadly, I might think you're right on that one.
I know. Why? Why sadly? It's true. You don't have to be upset about it. It's okay. Everyone loses to their tribal chief.
I'll be upset about it. But
you know what?
I think it would be.
I've been humble about it. We have a new king in town, the tribal king, Roman Reigns. He took Xavier. He won Xavier Woods' crown this past Friday on SmackDown. Did you not see that? Well, he took it from him. He didn't win it, but he's taking it from him.
Okay, there's the truth. There
he walked out with it on.
You sure did spin that some kind of way.
It's everyone's tweeting about it. The official account is tweeting about it.
You got
wearing the crown and everything. It looks great on him. Way better than Xavier. Who's
And then he's gonna realize he has to carry it around. He ain't gonna want to carry it around anymore.
Yeah, that's what he's got Paul Heyman and the Usos for. It's fine.
I heard. I saw Jimmy or Jay kind of wasn't handing the mic over to Roman. I saw that, and
Heyman had to put him in line there.
That's right.
All right, it's okay.
I did. I saw that.
All right, no problem. Tribal King. I need to get the new photo. Hopefully, the next segment I'll get that new photo out. The Tribal King.
Okay.
And then lastly, we can transition here. Flair versus Lynch, champion versus champion. Kind of the biggest story, honestly, of the whole couple months, really, but the last month, really. Charlie Flair did an interview, I believe, with BT Sport, where she kind of acknowledged the whole heat and rivalry with Becky Lynch, saying, there's respect within the Four Horsewomen. There's always going to be that respect. I think the interviewer, I didn't watch the whole interview, but it looked like the interviewer was trying to go to the next question or something, and she's stuck on the same question, talking about the whole Becky Lynch thing. So I have to go watch that again, but she's not shying away from it. So, and
she was on it again. She was on with Ariel Helwani, ESPN, and again Ariel asked her the same thing about the relationship and the altercation between both Becky and Charlotte, and Becky didn't hold back on it either, and made it very clear how she felt about Charlotte. So it's kind of interesting. I think they're kind of running with the work here a little bit, but some of the best storylines start off as real things, and they kind of hit the ground running with them as a little bit of a work with a lot of truth to it. So I think that's what we're getting this time around.
Absolutely. Becky did kind of mention it as well during her Monday Night Raw segment, her little promo. She got into it a little bit. But someone who got into it, Ric Flair. Let's talk about Nate. So this was a tweet by him. Let's see. He sent it on Monday. So I'm assuming this was after Becky's promo about Flair. I think I'm going to have to make the trip personally to see you beat the. I don't know if I can say that on here, but beat Charlotte. And then he said, "I don't think so, sister. I think the man, Big Time Bex, or whatever you call yourself, there's not enough choreography in the business to save you." Becky replied on an interview with Ariel Helwani. Yeah, on the MMA Hour. That's weird. She was on the MMA Hour.
Well, because Ariel's a wrestling fan.
Okay.
He's a wrestling fan.
So this is her reply. Look, I saw the tweet, the one you're referring to, the one that I'm kind of referring to, and I looked at it and I wrote out a response that would have been quite biting, and I deleted it and I let it go because I think it's really sad because this is a legend at one point. This legend, a 16-time world champion, Ric Flair, is now jealous of me. It's cool for me, and is now trying to use me to get clout to promote whatever he has going on next because he's dug himself into a hole with other things. So I kind of was just like, let him make it out of it because it's kind of sad. Reference to the whole trademark thing. He tweeted this 6 hours ago as we're recording this.
Wait, what trademark thing?
The man thing. I think a couple of years ago. Remember that was the whole situation?
Oh, right, because that was his gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah, which it was settled already. I think WWE now owns it or whatever. So, anyways, this is what he said 6 hours ago. So disappointed. I did this out of respect for you, Becky. It made you millions and made me nothing. After 40 years of being the man, the company doesn't own it, and neither do you. I'll always be the man. Ask your husband. I don't know what that means. But I like how he said the company doesn't own it, but then he sold the rights to it or whatever, or he gave the rights to the company. So, I mean, technically, and he said they made me nothing. I mean, it's not their fault, you know. You didn't save your million. Yeah. So I don't know what to tell you. So
what did Rob say?
I mean, WWE didn't really ban him. Well, I guess they did from wrestling.
Well, he left, though.
He left on his own accord, and then they stopped showing him because of the whole situation with the dark side of the ring thing. So that's what obviously Becky was referring to as well. And I'd be surprised if he wrestles in AEW against Sting. That's not going to happen. Jesus. It shouldn't happen.
There's no way.
There ain't no way.
There's no chance. No chance in gummy worms.
You gotta stop eating that, sir. Making me want gummy worms. I want candy now. I don't have candy here. You can stop by. You're nearby. You can stop by and drop off some candy, sir.
Nope.
Sir.
I'm tired. I'm going home after this.
I need to go home too.
You are home.
No, I'm hanging out with the tribal lounge over here.
The tribal lounge.
The
3 people in the room doesn't make it a lounge.
There's 4, including me. That's 5. It's a lounge. You see Paul Heyman? It's all in the Universal Championship. Look at admiring the head of the table. Speaking of the head of the table, next week is Thanksgiving. And you know we're going to leave that head of the table empty like I did last year. Remember that? I'm not disrespecting my tribal chief like that.
It's so great.
He's even more scary. He's even more scary than he was last year.
Yeah.
He's got a crown now. I don't want to mess with him.
I appreciate his consistency.
You're gonna leave that head of the
don't
table.
Don't get any ideas. No.
Very disappointed in you.
All right.
You know, if this were the Canadian Thanksgiving, I'm sure you'd leave the table open for Bret Hart, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I sure would. For the whole Hart family. I'd set the whole table.
That's a whole house, sir. There's like 30 people.
It would be worth it for my Canadian chief.
If you say so. I think they'd drive you insane. Did you hear that
Maybe.
when the WrestleMania 26 against Vince, they were arguing for like for so long, the entire family trying to book the match and everything.
What against Vince?
Yeah, when it was Brett against Vince.
Oh, but against it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So
Family feud, Ethan. Family feud.
I guess so. But when we return, we're gonna give our Survivor Series predictions. We're gonna maybe talk a little bit about AEW because they did have an event. But they did have a major heel turn tonight.
Oh,
That. Yeah, we're gonna don't look it up. Don't look it up. I got it. Got the scoop.
I won't.
Got the
I'm
scoop.
gonna be looking for. I'm gonna be looking for some more snacks.
Oh my goodness. We'll be right back right here on Beyond the Ropes. We are 22S Radio. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles. Welcome back to episode 169 of Beyond the Ropes. I'm your host, Ethan, joined alongside the analyst, James Williams, and producer, Rob Flores.
Hello.
You can find us on Twitter at RealBTR Radio. You can find me on Twitter at EthanM95. You can follow James at
JHW Reporter.
And you can follow Rob at
Rob Flores Media.
And you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes, as well as YouTube. You can find us on there. Just search up Beyond the Ropes. And of course, we have to acknowledge our tribal king. Our tribal king, Roman Reigns. Look at that. You see that, James? Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Be the ones. Give me that
They
bloodline.
really took that crown. So what happens to Woods now?
He goes over back to up, down, down or something. Make some more content.
That stuff. Isn't he supposed to be on G4? Didn't G4 start this week?
He was on G4, I believe. That started yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
So congrats to him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he lost his crown, but I guess, he gets consolation prize. Let's talk about numbers. We got AEW that happened. They had their full gear pay-per-view. I'm just going to quickly mention they got a new world champion. Adam Page, Hangman Adam Page, is officially the champion over there. Congrats to him.
He's the third champion, fourth champion.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, four champion.
Okay.
Fourth champion. So they finally got an original. Well,
yeah.
Omega was. I mean, I guess he was established already.
Mm-hmm.
Hangman kind of was established, but not really.
Yeah.
So
that's good though.
Good for him. We got a heel turn. But
who is this heel turn?
Before we get into that, you have numbers, don't you, sir?
Yes, I do. I have them right here.
He's gonna get those. I gotta put the one up. I'm gonna join my. Rob, do you have the one up over here?
Lord. All right. Well, let's start it off while you find your ones. NXT 540 or 574,000.
There we go.
Raw at 1.5, almost 1.6 million viewers.
Mm-hmm.
AEW Rampage coming in at 5,000 or 500. No, wait. 515,000, and then SmackDown at 2.1 million, again leading the way on the Fox station.
Did you have Dynamite numbers?
I don't, but I
believe
would imagine
it was
Dynamite.
It was 915.
Okay.
915. So they went up from the previous week, but they went under that million still. So
yeah,
who knows? Maybe they have a new champion now and a major heel turn tonight. So maybe they got some more viewership. Do you want to know who turned heel?
Yeah, I do.
You want to take a guess?
Not Jay Lethal, right?
Well, he's been a heel for a while, but
I
I don't think you got my joke, but it's
No, who is it?
Brian
What did I
Daniel.
miss?
Brian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently. He's trending on Twitter.
Why did you do this?
He probably realized he was tricked into signing in AEW, so he probably got upset. I don't know.
It's kind of a fast turn, I would think.
He's going after the champion, I guess. He's
Okay.
going with the championship, so I'd be fine with him taking the championship from Adam Page. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, maybe it's a little too soon to do that. I mean, you got to give Adam Page more than one story.
no, come on. Transitional champion over here, Adam Page.
Imagine burying the guy when he's original.
He's got to go over to WWE and be over there. Come on now.
Oh, really?
It's the
I don't think they want. Yeah. Fair.
Job him out. It's fine. They got to put it on Daniel Bryan or Brian Danielson, whatever his name is.
Whatever it goes by, that's right.
Whatever it goes by this week.
Yeah.
Did you see Adam Cole? Adam Cole? Say, I know we haven't mentioned him in a few weeks.
I seen him kind of trending and stuff a little bit. It seems like he's having fun.
He's having fun. He matched with the Young Bucks. He was wearing some pink gear.
Mm-hmm.
He lost. But we got a little undisputed reunion.
That's right. I saw
Beautiful Bobby Fish showed up backstage. Apparently, he and the Bucks have some history, some tension. I assume him and O'Reilly faced off against the Bucks numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, Adam Cole said, "No, we're friends, we're allies, and he could be a part of us." So, if Kyle O'Reilly doesn't sign a new deal next month, there's going to be an undisputed reunion versus the Elite, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I heard him talking about it. I mean, I guess Roddy, they don't care about Roddy, huh?
Roddy's busy leading NXT 2.0 in the Diamond Mine, the most dominant faction in NXT history, sir. What's that face for?
More dominant than the Undisputed Era?
We don't talk about them anymore, sir.
Oh! All right, then. All right.
We're talking about NXT 2.0, the most dominant faction in NXT 2.0, okay?
The only faction in
the most dominant faction next to Toxic Attraction in NXT 2.0.
That's right. That's right.
Mandy Rhodes leading the charge, getting those ratings over there.
Things you wouldn't hear or things you can only hear in 2021, I guess.
Getting higher ratings than Rampage, sir.
I mean, I would hope so.
Not Braun Breaker. Not Cameron Grimes. LA Knight helps. But
where has he been?
He's a star. I think they're pushing him.
That's great. What is he doing?
He's on TV. I think there was a picture he posted. He posts all his pictures. Follow him on Instagram. You know where he's at.
I'm not following that man on Instagram.
How dare you? Dark Side is finished, Rob.
I still gotta watch all the Dark Side stuff. I've been behind.
I got behind a few episodes, but yeah, I've watched most of it.
I have to watch all of them still.
Yeah. Let's talk about Survivor Series. Let's bring that back. Let's circle back around there. Before we wrap it up. We got some time, but let's finish that up. We forgot to talk about the men's and women's Survivor Series matches. Let's talk about it. The teams are not complete. They keep switching everyone. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there's inconsistency in these storylines, and that's partly why it's forgettable.
Well, you know what? Let's save the tag matches for a little later. Let's save those because those are fun. Because we could do like predictions. Are we gonna predict? I know we didn't mention it. We're gonna predict like eliminations or who's gonna be sole survivors and stuff.
I mean, we can. I think we did that last year.
I'll write this down because we never write them down and we always forget who we.
And then you always just think you won.
Exactly. You always think you win, sir.
Well, yeah. What else am I supposed to think?
I mean. All right, let's talk about Survivor Series.
To be fair,
yearly Thanksgiving tradition. let's just get into it. Shinsuke Nakamura, IC champion versus US champion Damian Priest. Who do we got here?
I'll go Shinsuke.
You got Nakamura. Look at that. Rob, who do you have here?
Same.
You got Nakamura. Well, here's the thing. They just rebranded Damian Priest a few weeks ago. And it's not a Keith Lee situation where they're going to release him in 2 weeks. I got Priest here. He's got the whole...
What do you mean by a rebrand?
He's got a whole dark side. He's got a good side and a dark side now. He's got new theme music, new entrance. Basically, if they piss him off enough, he's going to go crazy.
Turn into the Incredible Hulk.
Basically. So I got Priest winning this one. Let's go with the Raw versus SmackDown tag team titles. RK Bro versus the Usos. Who do you have here, James? I'll go first this time since I'm going last. I got the Usos because look at them. We the ones. Don't bet against the bloodline.
I think I'll go with the Usos too.
Smart choice. I'm glad you're smartening up, sir.
Okay.
Rob, who do you have?
Same.
You got the Usos. Can't bet against the bloodline. Come on now. Let's see. Who else we got here? Raw Women's Champion versus SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. Rob, who do you have here?
Charlotte. They're probably gonna not want her upset.
Interesting.
That is interesting. There's no stipulation on the match?
No stipulation. If this ends in a DQ, which is entirely possible in this match.
Definitely will, yeah.
Out of any of the matches, this is probably the match that would happen.
Yep.
What do you have
I
here?
can agree with that. I think I'll take Becky.
You gonna go with Lynch on this one?
I think I will, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Lynch.
Yeah, I will.
Go with Lynch as well. I think she's gotta pick this one up. Next up, the Women's Survivor Series elimination 5-on-5 traditional match. I circled around to it, but I got everything in there. We have. Let's talk. I mean, let's face it. The team captain, Queen Zelina. I mean, come on now. Zelina should be team captain. She's a queen. We also have Rhea Ripley. We got her name Bianca Belair is in their match. We got Liv Morgan in that match. And then I am blanking on the last person. Why am I blanking on the last person? Hold on, let me look it up because I'm not gonna forget this.
Isn't it Dewdrop or no?
It is Carmella. How could I forget the most beautiful woman in all of WWE? Versus Sasha Banks. I hope she shows up this week because they're already done in person. So I hope she shows up to work this week.
Who else?
Shayna
What do you
Baszler.
mean? Let's sit down.
Shayna Baszler. Shotzi Blackheart, or Shotzi, the newly healed Shotzi. I don't know how this woman gets in every match, but Natalia's in that match.
I think that's the reason why she's the sole survivor or the first person.
Oh, no. And then a mystery. They had Aaliyah in that match, and then they said, nah, we're going to take that back.
She's out already?
She's out. She's out.
Why would I do that?
So who's going to replace her? I think Tony Storm might have it. I think Tony Storm might be in that one. Any predictions on who's
or Tamina?
Tamina's on Raw. Maybe they had Nikki in there. Nikki ASH. I mean, she's a Raw.
Then what are you doing with Rhea?
She's on the other team.
It'll probably be Tony Storm or something.
It'll probably be Tony Storm. Predictions here. Hold on. Let's do elimination. Well, let's not do eliminations because that could be difficult. Let's do Soul Survivors. and who's going to have the most eliminations.
Okay.
First off, which team do you have winning?
List them. You're gonna list them, right?
I did list them. Sir, pay attention.
No, there's no way you did. Or wait, you're talking about women?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you jumped to the men. I was like, what?
No, I didn't list them.
Bianca Belair's team.
Okay, so
SmackDown.
Team Raw, you
Wow.
got Team Raw. Who are the sole survivors? Or sole survivor?
Bianca.
Okay.
And who else is on her team?
Liv Morgan, Carmella, Queen Zelina, and Rhea Ripley.
Actually, I think Natalia has the most eliminations.
Natalia with the most eliminations. Is Bianca the only
Yeah.
survivor?
Yeah.
Okay. Rob, who do you have here?
I think Baszler has the most eliminations, and at the end, Sasha's left, but Shotzi comes back and costs her the match.
Okay, so you got Team Raw winning.
Yeah.
Who's the sole survivor?
Zelina.
All right. And you got most eliminations with Baszler.
Baszler.
All right. Eliminations with Baszler. I've got,
That's a good pick.
I'm going to go Team Raw winning as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan, sole survivors. Because she's getting that. She's going against Becky.
No.
Most eliminations, I've got Shayna.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Not bad picks, boys.
Actually, you know what? It might be Naomi in that match.
Oh, yeah. Didn't she? Well, she's been feuding with the GM, no?
She has. She has. All right, for the men's. We're running short on time here. Team Raw, the Drip God, Team Captain Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, newly healed Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, that bum, and the young upstart Austin Theory, who took the place of Rey Mysterio, taking on team of Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, supposedly still King Xavier, that bum Happy Corbin, and another missing opponent. They lost Sami Zayn.
Why did they do Sami Zayn?
Because he lost a match, so.
To who?
Jeff Hardy.
Wait, Jeff Hardy's already in?
Yeah. It was basically loser gets kicked out of the match because Sami Zayn was running his mouth, so.
Oh.
Who do we got here, guys?
All right. I think Austin Theory's the sole survivor.
No way.
Yeah. And I think Bobby has the most eliminations.
Theory.
So whatever team Austin Theory's on wins.
Team Raw, and then most eliminations for Bobby Lashley. Rob, who do you have here?
Lashley, most eliminations, and I think Corbin wins because he just needs it more than everybody else.
Oh my God. You're going to be the first one eliminated. What are you talking about? All right. Team SmackDown, Corbin. And you said Lashley most eliminations.
Mm-hmm.
Lashley. Okay. And I'm going to go with, let's see. I'm going to go with Team Raw on this one. Go with Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Survivor. And then most eliminations, I'm going to give it to Drew McIntyre.
Could see that. Okay.
Lastly, as we're running out of time, Big E versus Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief.
Big E.
Are you saying Big E?
Yes, I'm saying Big E. Why not?
He's losing because the Tribal Chief is the one, and that's just too sweet. We've won.